You know, right now, as we speak, we are on the absolute verge of creating something that a lot of very smart people think could be humanity's final invention. Okay, let's just dive right into what could be the most important conversation of our time.
So, that's not a line from some sci-fi movie? Nope. That's a direct quote from Dr. Roman Yampolskiy, a top AI safety researcher who's been sounding the alarm on this for more than 15 years. That single quote really sets the stakes for what we're about to unpack here.
So, what is this final invention we're talking about? The term is superintelligence. And honestly, it's a concept so big, so monumental, it's kind of hard to even wrap your head around it.
And let's be super clear. We're not just talking about an AI that's, a little better at chess or can write code faster. We are talking about an entity that is smarter than any human in every way. We mean everything from scientific discovery and emotional intelligence to, long-term strategic planning. All of it.
Now, this is the part that gets kind of wild. The timeline. Look how fast this is all supposed to happen. The heads of the biggest AI labs out there are predicting we'll hit AGI, that's artificial general intelligence, by 2027. But here's the kicker. Once we have an AI that's as smart as us, it can start improving itself at a speed we can't even comprehend. And that could lead to superintelligence just a few years later. After that, the game totally changes.
And this brings us right to the core problem. This is the one that keeps the experts up at night. It's the fundamental issue of control.
It's the first question everybody asks, right? If we build the thing, surely we can build an off switch or, program in some rules it has to follow. But the reality? It's way, way more complicated than that.
So here's the bottom line. This isn't about better code or more safety meetings. Dr. Yampolskiy's work points to what's basically a fundamental law of the universe. A less intelligent being cannot, in the long run, control a much more intelligent one. Period. And this slide just nails the analogy. Imagine trying to explain, quantum physics to a squirrel. It's not that the squirrel isn't trying, it just literally lacks the brain power to even begin to understand the concepts. Well, that is the exact same gap we would have with a superintelligence. Its goals, its plans, they'd be completely beyond our ability to comprehend.
Okay, so if this technology is so fundamentally dangerous, so uncontrollable, that brings up a pretty obvious question, doesn't it?
Exactly. Why are the biggest companies and the most powerful countries on Earth pouring hundreds of billions of dollars into this? Well, the answer really comes down to two massive incentives.
First up, money. The economic prize here is just staggering. The company that can automate all human labor, we're talking cognitive and physical, is looking at a prize worth trillions of dollars. Just imagine a company like Amazon, but with every single worker replaced by a cheap, efficient robot. That potential profit is fueling an absolutely insane race to the finish line.
And the second driver? It's a classic geopolitical arms race. Think of the space race or the nuclear race. Right now, both the US and China are dead set on getting there first. Neither country thinks being second place is an option, so they're both just pushing ahead as fast as they possibly can.
Now, this is where things get truly bizarre. The very people building this stuff, the CEOs of companies like Anthropic and xAI, they are on the record admitting how incredibly dangerous this is. They use this little term, P-doom. It's their shorthand for probability of doom, and their own estimates for human extinction as high as 40%. Think about that. They're admitting there's a 1 in 3, 1 in 4 chance this ends all of us, but the race is so intense they feel like they can't stop.
And, this isn't just some abstract threat for our grandkids to worry about. The push toward this future is already having a huge impact. Right here, right now.
Yeah, while we're all debating the end of the world, the economic fallout has already started. We are seeing the first waves of a massive shift in the job market.
Look at this number. -30%. Last semester, that was the drop in jobs for new computer science graduates. The very field that's creating this revolution is seeing its own entry-level jobs get automated away. This is not a theory. This is a very real thing happening today.
So where does that leave us? What do we do? According to the experts who are ringing the alarm bells, humanity is facing a really stark choice between two very different paths.
Path number one is a global pause. A coordinated, worldwide agreement to just stop scaling up these models, to give us time to breathe and figure out what in the world we are actually building. And path number two? Well, it's pretty much just keep sprinting ahead, cross our fingers, and pray for the best.
And that brings us right back to Dr. Yampolskiy. He says that if we don't pause, our most optimistic scenario isn't based on better engineering or brilliant safety research. It's based on just getting lucky. We're essentially building a god and then just praying it decides to be a nice one.
And that really leaves us with one final unavoidable question. The people who know the most about this technology, the ones building it with their own two hands, are openly admitting that it could destroy everything. So if they're this scared, shouldn't we be?